A loss on Friday, a win last night. Let's top it off with another victory today. Going 2 for 3 would be nice as we look at our Illinois Bone and Joint Institute starters and scratches. We restore the health and quality of people's lives. Billy Sweat on the left side, Zach Cassian on the right, Jordan Schrader in the middle. On defense, Peter Anderson and Derek Jocelyn, and Eddie Lack the nod again in net. Scratches today, Jan Sove, Patrick Mullen, Chris Tanev, Tim Miller, Andrew Ebbett, Alex Mallet, Stefan Schneider, and Taylor Matson.
Catch your breath, Billy. Allstate goaltender matchup. Allstate, Chicago's own good hands. Eddie Lack comes in with the 4th busiest netminder in the AHL this season, coaching 310 minutes of action. He gets the call for the Wolves. Thomas McCollum will get his 4th start of the year for Grand Rapids. Even 500 record, but goals against average and save percentage a little off the pace. Scott Arniel's team trying to get it going. They've been great scoring the first goal in 5 of the 6 games so far, or excuse me, 6 of 7. And Jeff Blashill is in his first year behind the Grand Rapids bench. We've got 2 referees, and we're underway. First of 8 meetings between these 2 teams, and a long shot in on McCollum. Across the line, long play to Sterling, makes a move, but it's poked off his backhand. Good recovery by Page. Page has been strong in this one defensively.
Good simple play there too, huh? Just to reach in on Sterling, looking Sterling was around him.
2-on-1 the other way. Takaro working in. As Shane with it finds late support. Page up, shoots, he scores. For the first time this year, the Wolves trail on home ice as Nathan Page gets his first of the year.
You have to wonder where everybody was. This is a 4-on-2. And the defenseman, the very latest coming into the zone of the Wolves, is available all the way up. Here goes Tatar, and he will make a nice cutback on Rodin, captures him. And there's Pace, the 4th guy coming in, and boy, he has a lot of net. In front of the net, you have a pretty big screen. Matheson is there, and maybe Shane, I'm not sure if that's 19, yes. And Eddie down, and he doesn't see that at all. Not sure why he didn't move across to try to see that puck maybe to the right of the action, but very nicely placed by Pace. And as you mentioned, the first goal against this year in a game for the opposing team to lead. Today's game just a little bit slower. The first 40 minutes of every game we have seen so far in favor of the Wolves has been very good. I mean, almost dominating at times, and I think today a little bit slower. Obviously 3 games in 2.5 days, but both teams in the same boat.
6 tied up off the draw. Sterling working free. Iskovic shot off the traffic out in front. And Yurko out to center. Slides it free to Perry. He'll work in. Evans up on the rush. Takes the hand off. Evans shot. Punched away by Eddie Lack. Sterling able to dump it out. After it is Davies. He'll pick up. Challenging. Clinton on the break. Gordon up front. Shoots. He scores! Andrew Gordon goals in back-to-back games. And Davies 3 points in the last 2 tilts.
And a little chuckle from Scotty Arniel, but I'll tell you what, this play does not happen if Brett Sterling doesn't make a very good play defensively in his own zone. Here's Evans, watch his puck go into the corner, then out to the middle of the ice he goes. Sterling turns his body and stops that puck. Otherwise, I think the Griffins keep it alive. He gets to it, throws it down, and Davies captures it. What a move that is, though. 2 guys, boy, those guys are going fishing. They caught nothing. And what a pass this ends up being right across the top of the crease. McCollum has to realize that's going to happen. Goes from right to left. And a tweener for Gordon. Just a beauty.
At 9:28 of the second, Gordon's 2nd of the year from Davies and Sterling. An all WCHA college line out there producing. The old rivalry line.
Little hopper at Lack. He was able to grab on and get a whistle. Last season, a goal and 2 helpers for Mike Bliss, who is a very talented individual, and he certainly would be in the National Hockey League.
Yeah, the 4th round pick by Detroit. Doesn't matter where you get drafted by Detroit, though. They scouts seem to find a diamond in every round. Ferraro back in. He'll play it off. Shot. They score the follow-up. Hogan gives the Griffins their 2nd lead of the afternoon, his 2nd of the season.
What a quick play this is to the front, and they have some speed. Boy, I'm not sure if they played like this all the time, but quickly in transition, just a couple of nice plays and driving the net. The Wolves got good control. There's the pass across. It hits a leg, turnover, and in transition, it doesn't take much. There's the one-timer again, very deep in the net, not coming out to take any of the angle away. This puck hits the post, and then I think just the momentum off the post hit Slack in the rear end and drops into the net. Hogan will get credit for it, though, and it's the style these goalies play today. I'm not sure why they don't come out and take more than that away, but Hogan's redirect, a quick one it was, off the pipe, and then off Lack.
Jeff Hogan, a good story. He came into training camp on just an invite. Didn't have an NHL deal or any deal. Sterling now after loose puck hooked away by McCullum. Centering pass out in front. Davies knocks it down. He tried to jam it out in front. That broke it up. Now Matheson will sprint behind that court to Sterling.
2-1 in favor of the Griffins. 12 minutes remaining in the third period. It's time to look at our time now for Savers of the Games, presented by Savers Thrift Superstore. Savers is your Halloween destination in Chicagoland. Visit Savers.com for more information. Savers, good deeds, great deals. Good point shot from Page. Bit of a screen, and look at that right leg of the Wolfhead kicking the puck out. Nice little bounce in front, and Eddie stayed with it. Caught vision of the puck after the screen, and a strong stop into the right corner with the right pad.
Balled away. Page has some time. Outlet to center. Now it's Grant dumping it deep. Trying to chase it down. Takes the Wolves defenseman Anderson in hard. Penalty call coming up on Grand Rapids. And if ever the power play gets going for the Wolves, this would be the time.
It certainly will be. A couple of big chances, one by the Wolves and Kevin Connauton, but one also by Perry in front of the net. And a startling stop by Eddie Lack. Let's have a look, though, at the penalty. It's a hold. And there's the dump in. Anderson turns. And I guess that's the grab. Anderson goes down feet first. But watch this play. Sheehan makes great little backhand pass as he got hit into the boards, and that springs Perry, and he waits it out. He makes the right maneuver, but Lack also does the same as he moves across with his body. Prior to that, here's the shot from the point, and that was labeled. Nice stop by McCullum, just getting enough of the puck in the mitts.
Wolves in back-to-back games for Perry, and as see Grant sitting in the sin bin, the Wolves on the NCH Medical Group power play. Sterling has the puck. He's short side stop. Davies comes away off the backboards. Couldn't work out in front. Back of the line now. Hunt over to Connauton. Connauton will walk the blue line. Gives it to Sterling. Sterling 3 to Hunt. Back to Sterling between the hash marks. A shot. Won't get through the bodies.
Nice work there.
Connauton holds his own. Fires it. Looking for a redirect. He scores! Brett Sterling's tied it at 2.
What a play by Alex Friesen, I believe it was, to keep this alive. I really thought the Wolves were going to lose possession, have to go all the way back down to their own zone, but I think he touches it back to Connauton, and Connauton shot the momentum again off the backboards. Here's the wrister. I know McCullum gets a piece of it with the back end, and I don't even think Sterling gets it. I think Kevin Connauton's going to get credit for this, and I thought that initially. Watch the wrister. It's going to go through, off the boards, comes right back and hits the back of the leg and then into the net. So a big break. Sterling does not get that. That is a Kevin Connauton offering from the point. A wrister that traveled quite a few feet.
We've talked a little bit about the Griffins goaltending, Billy, and we've seen so many goals like that going against Grand Rapids. McCullum having a heck of an afternoon, and then just gets a bad break like that.
Exactly true.
Bill Sweat on the bench, but he does have an overtime game winner against the Griffins in his career. Oaken Anderson forced back by Longpre. Brendan Smith will come up ice. Ran into his own man. The Wolves able to poke it away. 2-on-1. Developing. Longpre controlling the puck with Gordon. Longpre where he can in. Shoots off the shoulder of McCullum. The Wolves trying to crash the net. Take a penalty.
Wow.
And Grand Rapids will get a power play here as they dump it in. McCullum's gone off for the extra attacker, so it's a 5-on-4 now until the touch-up. Anderson plays it loose. Tatar looking for a shot lane. And already set up on the power play now as Grand Rapids break to the offensive setup. Lashoff picks up right side. Picked up, Pace, middle ring. Anderson shot wide. Morrow will grab it. Back up top for Lashoff. Minute gone by in overtime. Tatar Good patience here. Pace put it out in front off the skate of Longpre, and out the Wolves want to change up some personnel here as they got tired troops.
Not saying they got any control off, even though it went off a skate blade of a Wolves player.
Now Tatar working in, shot kicked away by Lack, touched up by Jocelyn. And now another 2 minutes of power play time for the Griffins.
I'm not sure about this penalty, but we'll have a look at it. First of all, it's going to be interference, and I'm sure it's on the goaltender on this 2-on-1 situation. In overtime, it's a gutsy call to make. It's Longpre. He's going to pull and drag this, and a good shot, good stop. You know, what are you supposed to do there? Seriously. I mean, what are you looking at as a referee, to be honest with you? You just want to make a call because there's a confrontation around the goaltender? I mean, both guys are going in. It's overtime. The puck's sitting there after the save. There's a collision.
I agree. McCollum put the rebound there off his arm.
Yeah,
that's a fair puck, and I think that's exactly what Scott O'Neill is complaining about.
We've seen some terrible calls from these referees the last couple of games.
Dave Lewis and John McIsaac, the referees.
Take a look. Come on. Don't you end the game.
4-on-3 man advantage for the Griffins. Billings has the puck. Billings gets it back between the circles. A big stop by Lack. Nyquist will pick up in there to Billings. Billings and Smith man the points. Tatar and Nyquist up front. Nyquist to Smith. Set play. Blocked by the Wolves as two drop down. Friesen and Davian. They go with two forwards and one defenseman. Connauton on the PK.
Oh, boy.
Connauton fired off the shin guards of Tatar. It stays in. Tatar looking to pass. Backdoor play. Off the post. Flat. It's a little help from the iron. Center. Billings down low. They try to shoot. Tatar scores. The patient hands of Thomas Tatar ends it in overtime.
That's a big victory. And it comes on a 4-on-3 situation, which he should score on, thanks to the referee and the brutal call he made. But pretty good patience, as you mentioned. Good puck movement. And there were some good stops and a couple of pretty good blocks by the Wolves in this defensive mode that they were in. But the end result is they get 1 point and lose the game. Their very first loss of the season. Here is the post. Bit of a break here as Nyquist is able to find that puck. Pass down. Look at Tatar. He just dances with that puck, goes to the backhand. You know, if you look back, and we didn't see it in all this play, watch these great hands, but Kevin Connauton had the puck on his stick, and that should have been all the way down